going to do that
That's fine.
again. All right, yeah, no, we're good. No, but you're right. The news that came out today about those
Impressive, very
private
impressive. And
banks.
if you
Yeah.
look at Upstart and Affirm and SoFi and the Carry and even XLF, the financial sector, it was it was very rough out there to say the least.
Yeah.
So and the
Yeah.
Carry has gone down 10%, man, in two trading sessions. So that is
Yeah,
a
you
lot.
you made it was a really good that was a really good call out. I've been paying attention obviously as well. We both like to say I say it more than maybe you do, but the market isn't stupid. When I There was a lot of good news that was going in ahead of these, let's just call them hiccups because we don't really know what they are yet. And H band Fifth Third could not catch a bid for the life of them, and I got stopped out, thank God, because today, like to your point, it only got worse. So maybe the market knew something, and that's why that whole sector of the economy and the stock market hadn't been performing like everything else, despite rate cuts, despite everything.
Yeah, and on top of that, we're talking about an expensive market then. So if we have some more
Of
private
course.
banks going under or having issues, the markets are likely to correct a bit at least. I don't know um, to
Sure.
what extent
Sure.
we would have a correction, but this is very bad news in the short term. The Fed will likely ended up bailing out everyone, but the markets first go down and then they wait for the Fed to to act as the as
Well,
the lender, the last resort lender. So it is what it is. I mean, that's what they did in back in 2023.
oh no, you
Yeah,
absolutely nailed that without a doubt. That's exactly what happened in 2023.
yeah, that's what happened in
Um,
2023. So yeah, so I guess that we
yeah.
were supposed to talk about Baba, Salesforce, USAR,
Yes.
MP, and you saw what happened with Oracle. This was mind blowing, bro, to say the least.
Actually, yeah. Do you want to share that
I
slide? I
have
don't
it.
have
I
it.
mean, this is so. They
Go
decided
ahead.
to raise guidance on the wrong day. If today we've
Yeah, no
had
kidding.
a regular trading session, this stock would be trading at, I don't know, $340 or something like that. This was mind blowing. So let me share with you. Let me see if I can send you
Oh yeah, if
via
you want to send it,
Discord,
that's
so
fine
maybe
too.
you
I
can
could
pull it
do it
up
that way.
because let me see if I have it handy.
Yep, that's
So
totally
this
fine.
was mind blowing, bro. So take a look at the projections that Oracle is doing as of now on revenue growth. So let me see if I can find this handy. Hold on.
I'll start looking for it as well. Is
No,
it
no,
just in
no,
the
but I have it here.
Discord?
Let me send it over. So you can pull it up. Where you at? Let me see. Damn, I don't see you. Let me post it in the main chat so you can see it there. Look, there it is. Can you see it? Yeah, main
Main
chat.
chat.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Okay, yeah, yeah, here, I'll
Take a
pull
look at
this up.
this. At that. This is
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
is this is nothing short of incredible, man. I mean, so these are their projections. So who am I to say that they will not, pull it off? This is nothing short of extraordinary, man.
Yeah, so 75% 5-year CAGR.
5 years in a
That's
row.
just
We cannot make this up.
it's just exponential. It's
This
such a
is not
crazy thing.
exponential. This is ultra mega hyper exponential, man. This is
I
insane.
mean, despite that, the stock still ended up 3%. I
I mean,
mean,
yeah, it's up. So we had a positive reaction. But what I'm saying is that if today, if
right. No,
today
yeah, yeah,
had
yeah.
been a regular day, without the concerns about private lending and stuff like that, I think this stock would be trading at $340 or something like that. So this isn't priced in for sure in the price of the stock. No way. The markets have priced in a 75% year over year revenue growth on Oracle Cloud when this stock is trading at 45 times forward earnings. I did a math. I did the
Yeah, I
math.
don't. Go ahead,
So
yeah.
if you use an estimate for EPS of $21 or something like that for 2020 which is what the analysts
Okay.
are
It's 5-year
correct
plan, right?
are expecting. This stock could be trading today at 14 times forward 2030 earnings. So it would be severely,
So,
severely
okay.
undervalued.
Yeah,
Severely
dude.
undervalued. This isn't priced in. This
That
is not priced in for sure.
I don't know. I really don't have an opinion on that. I think that's a good point, and that's an interesting way of viewing it. I always have a hard time when we start talking about forward earnings that aren't next year's earnings because the idea that anyone has any clarity beyond the next, 12, 24 months is always something that's difficult for me to get my head wrapped around. In the case of Oracle, I believe them because Oracle's a legitimate company.
Correct.
But whenever you start talking about 5-year earnings projections, it just reminds me of all the
Yeah,
stat
but
crap in 2020. It's like by the year 2025, we're going to have flying taxis. Like I know these aren't the
sure.
same thing, but it's
But
difficult.
to be honest with you, I am having some sort of deja vu back from 2022.
Go ahead.
Nvidia said the same thing 3 years ago, and no one believed it.
Okay.
I didn't believe
Okay.
it. Oh
Well,
yeah,
I did.
Jensen is full of shit, and this is
Yep.
impossible. Oh,
I didn't say that.
I
No, I
said
never
it.
said
I
that.
said it. I was an Nvidia bear. I was mistaken.
Yeah.
I don't have any issues about it. I
Well,
was mistaken. So I don't
sure.
remember what earnings support it was. It was like mid 2022 when Nvidia killed it, and they raised guidance, in a very substantial way. And what did the bears say then? Oh, yeah, Jensen is full of shit. They will not be able to pull this off and stuff like that. So I am
Right.
having some sort of deja vu. This is a serious company, and I am not going to say that they are full of shit with these
Yeah.
figures because I don't work at Oracle and I don't know. This is a serious company, bro. Um, so that's my point here. This was, and I told you when the last earnings report came out that I thought or that I perceived or believed that Oracle was having some sort of Nvidia type moment back from 2022. So that this guidance is impressive, and I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know if this company is actually, saying is stating accurate figures, but
Well,
what I know
it
is,
was their financial.
yeah, I know for sure that
Go
this
ahead.
is not priced in. If this were true,
Well, it's also an official event, so they can't just be making this up. Like it's protected by safe harbor, but this isn't just like some weird
yeah,
information report,
yep,
you know, coming from the
correct.
company.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
if this,
So what? So you don't think it's like so? In other words, when do you think the market prices it in then? Because that would be helpful,
if
right?
you take
You don't have a crystal ball, sure, but like, what do you think? What do you think was going to force the market to price
the
it?
upcoming earnings reports, if this company remains trading at 300
Okay,
bucks,
yeah, sure.
$320, and whenever the next earnings report comes out, that by the way, I think that I can take a look at earnings whispers and see the date or the exact date. Let me see. So if this company comes out on December 15th, by the way, and confirm this guidance and reaffirms this guidance, and the stock is trading at 300 bucks or something like that, I mean, the risk is very obviously potentially to the upside.
Yeah, I don't see a world where Oracle misses. I don't see a world where any of these companies miss this year. I think we all know what these companies are going to say. The only question is the market pricing in all of that growth, or is it just going to be euphoric when it gets the news? So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
disagree.
So we get
Yeah.
dips on Oracle in regular market conditions, and I am a buyer, man. Long story
Well,
short,
I think if we are actually again this if let's just say the year ends today, the S&P's up, call it 13%. We would have had a plus 20, a plus 20, and a plus 13 year for the S&P 500 the last 3 years. You're in a bull market. And when you're in a bull market, the only time you can really add to positions are on small dips that are like 3 to 5%. It's really hard to allocate capital in a market that's straight up because you just never get the opportunity that makes you feel comfortable about it.
correct, correct.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with that guidance, I agree with that. Yeah,
There we
sure.
are. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe one of those private banks actually goes kaput over the weekend. We wake up and we have SVB 2.0 and you can buy Oracle at
Correct.
280. Who
250 or something.
knows?
And
Yeah,
Sofi at 18 bucks or something like that.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I can
mean,
get
worst case
SoFi at
scenario,
18.
we
Yes,
know we
yeah,
know
yeah,
how
yeah.
this ends. Worst case scenario, landing facility, and let's print
See ya.
money. That's it.
Well, hey, if you're not directly involved in that, like you got to remember, SVB and First Republic went to
Yeah.
zero. We've actually had a couple of banks go to zero. So when everyone comes out and says, "Oh, maybe you should buy the stock of the private lender or of the person that," just like you said, that's too cute. Go somewhere where you're a little bit further away from ground zero and pick up whatever you want to pick up. It's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Correct. We all know how
Yeah.
this ends.
All
Yeah.
right.
So what stocks
Yeah.
do you want to go over? What stocks you want to
Well,
cover?
this is
That
episode
was the
16 of Charts
this
and
was the cold
Checks,
open. There
right?
you go.
The cold,
All
cold
right.
open. This is episode 16 of Charts and Checks. Welcome in, everybody. Today, myself, Don Boyani, the gorilla with glasses, and Alvaro Pereira of the Bilingual Stock Market Challenge are going to take a look at four stocks from a fundamental financial and technical perspective. On the docket today, we have MP Materials, and we're going to pair that with USA Rare Earths, or USAR.
Those two
And then
stock,
we're also
yeah,
going to talk
those
about,
two stocks got annihilated
yep,
today. They were they were selling
absolutely
out
crushed
of
today.
higher multiple stocks. So yeah, those were
I don't blame the
correct.
market. I don't blame the market. And also Alibaba and Salesforce. So, with that introduction, where do you want to begin?
Let's go over. I don't know. MP Materials maybe. I don't know much
Sure.
about the company,
Yeah,
so it's been
not a
it's been
problem at
going
all.
on a
I've
tear.
actually traded, yeah, I've traded in and out of MP Materials the past couple of years. Unfortunately, I just didn't do anything with it this year. That's my bad. But to give you an idea, we could talk about both of them in conjunction with each other because they belong in the same conversation. USAR and MP
Wow.
Materials, they are rare earth plays in the United States. That's what differentiates them. Most of the rare earth minerals in the world come from China right now. The only operational facility that mines and refines rare earth minerals in the United States is Mountain Pass, or ticker symbol MP. USAR is trying to become the second. They're in the developmental phase. So, for those that might not have any background on what these rare earth
This
minerals
stock just
are,
went down 20% in two trading sessions. Wow.
which
MP,
one, MP?
unbelievable. The volatility
Yeah,
is
yeah.
insane.
But yeah, again, a little background. People that have seen it in the news but don't know what it is. MP and USAR, they mine the minerals that are integral to technologies that make modern defense, like missile systems, defense systems, and decarbonization. I'm talking about EVs, solar panels, possible. That's why it is central to the U.S. China tensions. I love the story, but to your point, these stocks are crazy, crazy extended.
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, $82 is a previous level of resistance that could be potentially acting now as support. The 5-day moving average was broken to the downside. I would be curious about this stock finding support or potentially being able to find support at $82 if this level breaks. I would keep an eye on the rising 20-day moving average at $75. So yeah, we're seeing these stocks, correcting as of now. I think that as long as the ongoing situation with China remains on the table, these kind of dips on MP Materials and USAR will likely end up being bought up. So $82. I might be a buyer at $82. I mean, ideally, we want to see buyers here stepping in and being able to recapture the rising 5-day moving average, $89. But bro, with the momentum that these stocks have been having, and with the ongoing narrative about China and the trade war and all of that bullshit, sign me up for a further pullback down to the rising 20-day moving average at $75. Do you think
I
that
like that
these
level.
dips will likely end up being bought up?
Yes, I do. I think that let's just assume, even in a world where we get a smooth resolution to the US-China trade tensions, the cat's out of the bag. Right now, there is going to be a rush to invest in and develop these kind of assets that can mine rare earth minerals in countries that are, not adversarial. And I mean, here, just to back up what you said, I'll pull up my chart of MP. This is a 1-year chart. This big blue, where it made that first huge jump, is where the Pentagon became MP's largest shareholder. So there is a lot of
I
institutional
didn't know that.
backing here.
Yep.
Yep, no, great. July, I think it was July
Okay.
10th. And right here, where it finally broke above 80, was when JP Morgan announced the $1.5 trillion security and resiliency initiative. And 10 billion of that is going to be direct equity investments. That doesn't mean all of it is going to go into MP, obviously, but there are only so many publicly traded companies that fit the bill that would qualify for JP Morgan's money, and this is one of them. So to your point, I would be looking for previous resistance at $80 to become support, but if that doesn't work, I actually like taking a guess or taking a shot rather at the 50-day SMA, which is just a couple bucks north of $70. So we're in the same
There you go.
ballpark.
And I think that this company is like the purest rare earth stuff. Let's just put it that way in the U.S. Am I right about that, Don? Ah,
They're
the
the
only
only.
one.
They're the
So I
only.
figured. I mean, this is. I mean, this is.
Yes.
Given
And
the current circumstances, this is like a no-brainer, right? So pretty much.
right. USAR, for those curious, and if you want to pull up a chart of that, go ahead. I have no edge on USAR. I've never traded it, and I'm not fantastic at trading companies like this. They want to become the second version
But
of
take a look at the
MP. They want to
name.
become the
So
second company.
USA Rare Earth. So rare
Yep.
earth materials.
Yeah,
So yeah,
USA Rare
correct.
Earth.
This stock also got
Yeah.
annihilated. Let me pull up the chart here quickly. Yeah, we can review it.
Yeah, again, I have no edge here. I have no edge here. Just in general, though, when you talk about these companies, if you want to start taking a longer term position, it's just hard right now because so much money's gone in. You're really playing a game of how much market, or sorry, how much patience does the market have for them to start showing fundamental financial progress. I don't think it's the next 2 to 4 quarters. These two stocks could have a very nice Goldilocks period where they get the benefit of the
Yeah,
doubt.
I would wait until buyers show up and can potentially recapture this previous level of resistance, $30. That could be potentially opening the door for a test of the 5-day moving average at $34. If this thing keeps dropping, I mean, take a look at that pink line. This is a rising 20-day moving average at $25, potential level of support. This stock is likely to come across with buyers at that level, $34, $35. So that 20-day moving average is rising and it's potentially pushing price up. Um, when it comes to these kind of very volatile stocks, I like trading that kind of stocks or those kind of stocks, like based on momentum. So like being able to burst
Sure.
above and take out potential levels of resistance and being able also to consolidate above those previous level of resistance that could be potentially acting as a new level of support. So my trade here would be seeing this stock closing candles above $30, but I don't know. A visit down to this rising 20 DMA would make me curious about potential support down there at $24. And let me ask you something. Have you taken a look at the financials of these companies, USAR or MP Materials? Do they make any money, or are they in a
Familiar with
speculative
MP.
stage yet? Or
I'm familiar with MP Materials. They make
okay,
money. USAR in my from the research I just did a little bit today. They're still completely in the developmental stage. They're not actually even getting rare earth out of the ground yet. They're just setting themselves up. But to be fair, MP Materials was in that same position, I think 10-ish years ago before it was a public company. And when it was de-SPACed in 2021, 2022, they still hadn't actually started
yeah,
refining the
no
ore yet.
revenue. Take a
So
look, nothing. And yeah,
that for
no
USAR?
revenue at all, and they lost
Yeah.
$142 million on the last reported quarter. So yes, this is a 100% speculative company so far. $121 million in cash, no long-term debt, so they will remain likely in business for quite some time. But yeah, this is pretty much a speculative company. In the case of MP, I'm curious then. So MP Materials, yeah, $57 million in revenue. What's the market cap? Got to be billions and billions and billions. $14 billion, and they made. I mean,
Yeah.
the trailing 12-month revenue is 342 million, but whatever. So they're still burning money. They made a profit in the past. Take a look until 2022. Now they're
Yeah,
burning
yeah,
cash as of
absolutely,
now.
absolutely.
$30 million. So they burned $30 million on the last reported quarter. They have $753 million in cash. and $865 million when it comes to the long-term debt. But you just told me that the Pentagon is investing in the company, so forget about um,
Yeah, as unless something changed as of July, they are the longest term or the
shareholder.
largest
Go
shareholder
figure.
of
So
MP.
forget about
Hmm.
forget about liquidity issues. Let's just put it that way. So whatever. In the case of USAR, we're
Yes.
talking about a highly speculative company. But if this rare earth materials is going to be as it looks like is going to be the case, if this is going to be a priority, worldwide, so I mean, these companies will find, will will find an easy access to capital. Let's just put it that way. There you go.
Agreed. Agreed.
So if I point a head, a gun at your head, and
You're fine.
which I will never do, of course, I don't like guns, and I tell you, okay, you need to buy either MP materials or USAR. Which one would you pick? Okay,
MP.
there you go. I would do the same probably.
I don't know if there's any argument except for pure beta to go rush into USAR over MP. It's a lower quality version. It's what MP was 5, 10 years ago. And if you want to get in there technically at a lower market cap valuation and play that game, that's fine. But a lot could happen between, now and 2030 and 2035. I feel more comfortable with a company like MP that's making money and has a product, has facilities, has levers to pull. Whereas USAR, similar to Oklo, is in the pre-revenue phase. It's just a lot more
Yeah, and
difficult.
USAR is actually falling off a cliff as we are filming this podcast. Maybe they are, I don't know, maybe they are
Hmm.
diluting or something. But there's mirror manufacturing
Let me see.
minus it would be no, I don't see any news. But they are falling off a cliff. I don't know if the same thing applies for MP.
Oh, 5%,
Yeah.
5% right now.
Yeah, these stocks are very volatile, but I mean, the point that I'm making here, then, and I guess that, and I think that you and I can agree on this, is like, so supposedly, rare earth materials are going to be extremely important, for the, I don't know, for the future of mankind or whatever it is. So, I mean, if that is the case, the dips on these kind of stocks will likely, get bought up, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens.
Well, as we've discussed, they're necessary for a number of technologies that are integral to traditional
Defense,
defense,
defense, go
decarbonization, green
figure.
energy. Yes, well, if you want to have a missile defense system, you need some of these
Correct.
things
There
apparently.
you go.
These metals are what goes into magnets. People don't realize just how integral, or rather integrated, magnets are in some of the higher tech spaces in this economy. Silicon Valley uses a lot
Of
of this
course.
stuff. So,
They are super
yeah,
important, and
it's
yeah,
not a
correct.
secret.
So
Oh, sorry. I only bring it up because when you said it, you made it sound like if it's going to be integral. Like,
it
no,
is
it is.
correct.
It already is. There's no
There was
debating that.
speculating about it, but it's a fact. So there you go. Hundred
Yes,
percent. There you go.
yes, yes,
Hey,
yeah.
what's the next stock? CRM, Salesforce. There you
Sure.
go.
So for
Do you
those
have any
that
thoughts on
this
Mr. Mark
morning,
Benioff? So I saw.
yeah, sure.
He came on the air yesterday with Kramer, and
Hmm. Right.
so Benioff was very pissed. I didn't like his intervention yesterday.
I don't.
At Mad Money, and he's having a hard.
His interview,
Yeah,
you
he
mean?
was interviewed yesterday by Kramer. I just saw the interview, and Benioff was very pissed. The other day, he was saying that he was asking why people, were buying Palantir instead of Salesforce. So he ended up like raising guidance, and I didn't like the guidance that they are providing. So I don't know. I think that he just did it just to pump up the stock. And I think that this company is in
Hmm.
serious issues, bro, because we have potentially, because of artificial intelligence, we're gonna have like fewer jobs. And this is pretty much a company that provides software for large companies in order to facilitate internal processes. So, what are your thoughts about that?
I agree. Just to go up what you said there, this is the headline from
Hmm.
this morning. The stock at one point was up 9% in the pre-market, but they sold the rip even before the news about the lending facilities came out or those private banks came out. I think it only closed up 2% today. Uh, in theory, it's still a pretty decent close. It'll be the first time it's closed convincingly above the
Hmm.
50-day simple moving average
Hmm.
in a little while, but it isn't so much that the challenge is still there because their software is a per seat per employee license. And with AI, to your point, taking jobs or curbing the expected demand from big corporations from jobs, they need to switch their business model before the street gives them
Correct.
any benefit of the doubt. Did you want to jump in?
Yeah, so the company said it now expects revenue of more than 60 billion in 2030. Above, I was reading. Sorry. So no, I was reading it. I was
I'm
reading it.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can you please
I
pull it
got
up
you. I'll bring
again?
it back.
Consensus analyst
Yeah.
polled
There
by.
you go. There
Okay.
you go.
The guidance excludes impact from the 8 billion pending acquisition of data management company Informatica. Okay.
Mhm.
Do you have any idea about the acquisition of this company, Informatica?
Yeah. I don't have any edge on what that means for them. I just think that it's adding to the complications with the story. Salesforce does a lot of inorganic growth. They do go out into the market and they do buy a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things, and it takes them a lot of time for them to optimize the assets that they buy at a time where there are smaller, lighter weight, lower cost base businesses that are leveraging AI to make products that does what Salesforce does. So, in my opinion, we're getting to the point where we need to start talking about Salesforce the same way that we talk about Adobe, disrupted
Correct.
by AI, and the fundamentals, the financials for both Adobe and CRM will probably still remain decent, but it's not going to be enough to excite anybody to come
There you
into the
go.
name.
So I wanted to show you this. I
Oh, hold on, but before we
yeah, yeah,
before we
sure. Go
do
ahead.
bafore we do, I have one longer term chart I
Go
want
ahead,
people
bro.
to look at because I'm sure there are people that want to get in on this
A
name.
lot,
This is
probably.
year to date. In blue is just the 100-day simple moving average. Prior to today, it had failed four other times, and today I know you can't maybe need to zoom in on that. It opened at the 100-day, was able to be above there for literally 30 minutes, and then got rejected again. If you want to go long, wait for the bulls to retake this 100-day simple moving average. It's that simple. Otherwise, you're just
If you want
you're
to,
you're fighting a stock that the bears
if
have
you want to
control
go
of.
down this stock because I don't know, it is like 40-50% of the highs, and you believe that this represents
You can
an
do the math.
opportunity,
Yeah.
you need to see like two or three daily closes above that 100 DMA. That would be positive. But I want to show you something. Take a
Go for it.
look at this. Okay, hold. Let me see if I can.
The only thing I would add to that, by the way, is I would want to see a full week
Even
above
better.
that 100-day. It's
100%.
been below it for too long. Don't get excited with just
The
one or two
longer, the
closes.
better. 100%. That's
Right, right,
100%
right.
done. So take a look. These are anchored volume weighted average price lines. So this goes to show how many buyers are trapped in this stock above the current price of ZRM. This is a disaster. So an anchored volume weighted average price line that comes from all-time highs is signaling as of now $276. Let me ask you something, Dan. If you had a losing position on ZRM and this stock, I don't know, keeps going up and all of a sudden gets to $276, say, I don't know, next week or in 2 weeks, what would you
Yeah.
likely do with that position?
You'd sell it.
Immediately, right away. So
Yeah, you're trapped in this
absolutely.
thing.
So this is bag holder central, and any potential process or decent potential recovery process of ZRM is going to be a tough one, guys, because we have a lot, but a lot of buyers trapped above the current price of CRM. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to do anything with this stock given the current circumstances. I'll be honest with you.
You know your stock's in trouble when a partnership with OpenAI and raising your guidance does nothing
Correct.
for you.
Correct.
The street just doesn't
Correct.
believe it. The street
Correct.
doesn't believe it.
And that
Yeah.
100 DMA is signaling $254. So to your point, that could
Right.
be potential. That could be a positive catalyst, at least in the short term for ZRM, if we happen to see a potential process of consolidation above 254. Below that 100 DMA, $254. I mean, just stay away from this sticker. Period. Full stop.
It's a prove it stock. It's a prove it stock. Let it
And
let
and
prove you. Don't be a
it's
hero
dealing
here.
with a major downtrend. So correct. There you go. Next.
Yep, we're going to finish up here with Alibaba. It's been a retail darling for the past little while now. It's had a good year, the first good year that I can remember in the last couple. There are a handful of narratives surrounding the name, but I'm going to focus on the two that matters. The first is very well known, which is that they apparently are going to try to develop an AI chip for the Chinese market to rival Nvidia. Now, I have no idea if they're capable of this, but that's not the point. If there's even a 1 in 1,000 shot that they can, it's worth putting a little money into Alibaba because if they do end up with a carve out of that Chinese market, it will be a substantial improvement to their top and bottom lines. The second narrative that isn't getting talked about, but I think is actually equally important, is the fact that the US dollar is having its worst year, an historically bad year in recent memory. Here's a chart of the US dollar as the
Correct.
Dixie index or the DXY versus Alibaba. In the first half of the year, it was very pronounced. Dollar went straight down, Alibaba followed it straight up. And as the dollar has
Yeah, it is.
consolidated sideways, it
Sorry,
was
Dan. It is worth
you're good.
pointing out that for the most part, Chinese equities are inversely correlated relative to the U.S. dollar. Correct. That's a very good
Correct.
point
Yes,
that you're
the
making there.
US.
Correct.
Yes, thank you. And as the USD consolidated, Alibaba really didn't do much until I think it was last. Those headlines about the AI chip came out 1 or 2 months ago, and you can see that as you got a little bit closer, you got that big leg up, which was associated with those developments. So I think it's a little bit of each. However, if we do see the dollar start to recover a little bit, I think you would see this thing come under pressure. And you said it earlier, but just to fully explain it, bring it full circle, if you're a foreign company and you report your currency in your native country's dollars,
Or
when they get
currency.
translated, yes, yes,
Currency.
or currency, thank you. When it gets translated into US dollars, if the US dollar is weak, it gets a bump.
Correct.
For the past 3 or 4 years, because the dollar was straight up during the Fed tightening cycle, foreign companies got the bad end of that stick, and now it's normalizing it
So we have the geopolitical risk tied to the stock.
naturally.
Oh, and of course, we are not going to be discussing over here a potential invasion of Taiwan. But I want to show you I want to show you
Right,
something
right.
that is important to evaluate if you want to start the position on Baba. And let me show you. Take a look at these multiples done. If I can find it, if
Oh, the multiples are going to be fantastic, but it's because they're pricing in all that
correct. So take a
geopolitical
look at
risk.
this. This is a $436 billion market cap stock. It trades at 22 trailing earnings. It trades at 25 times forward earnings, and we can see a price to sales of 3. So this company has a market capitalization of $436 billion that equals, for the most part, 3 times the trailing revenue of Baba. So let me ask you something. And of course, from a technology standpoint, you know more about that subject than I. Do you think that this company can be a legit AI player worldwide? Let's just put it that way.
I
You
I
didn't
don't
have
have
any
any
ads
edge
over there? Okay.
there. I don't think it was odd to me that they said that they were going to try to create an AI chip. It just isn't their business.
But
Well,
it's
it's
a
not that
tech
it isn't their
company, right?
business, but their
So,
primary
correct.
business, right? Their primary business is cloud. Like they're kind of the AWS, Amazon counterpart in China. It's not to say that they can't. It's a bit of a reach and a stretch, and it makes me wonder how much of this is being guided by the quote unquote soft touch of the
Correct.
CCP.
But
It's not that they can't, I just don't know.
gotcha. With those multiples, take a look at the revenue. This company is growing very clearly.
Mhm.
But yeah, these figures, these I mean, these figures are reflected in. So this is the currency of China. So in yuan's. So we cannot analyze this from a dollar standpoint. But this is a super profitable company. The company is growing revenue in a very noticeable way. Let's just put it that way. The multiples are very but very very low if you compare these multiples relative to the Max 7. I don't know, maybe except for maybe Alphabet, perhaps. But But yeah, so the thing is that these companies um, don't get the premium that the US based companies or tech companies get because of the geopolitical situation. So if ever, and I don't know if this is going to be the case, if ever the dust settles between the US and China, and I don't know, maybe that could be the case. I mean, these multiples are very low, bro, for a company that could be potentially, participating and leading the new AI industry worldwide. So this is something that to keep in mind. And from a technical standpoint, do you have any chart that you want to share with us? Would you be a buyer of Baba
Yeah,
around these
sure. I
levels?
could grab it. You know, I think I'm still more interested, quite frankly, in
Okay.
JD.
Another tech company, yeah? Sure.
Once it right, just because it hasn't moved yet. The only issue I really have with Baba is that even before the Chinese, well, you know what? No, to be fair, that stock really fell off during Trump's term when the geopolitical tensions, the first term, I mean,
Yeah.
when those tensions first started becoming an issue. Sorry, I need to reload my
No, it's
browser
fine.
here.
Let me.
I
I
turned it
can pull
off.
up the chart quickly here. No, no, no. That's
Okay, yeah,
fine.
thank you. Because I have a level, I have the level for
No,
you in
no.
my mind. It's in the
Yeah. So
160s.
so this is
So,
for our chart of Baba. It's been correcting.
mhm.
So Baba is 14% of its most recent 52-week high. We have a downward slope in 5 DMA. So you don't want to go long Baba below this declining 5 DMA. This declining 5 DMA implies that in minor timeframes, sellers have started to take control of Baba. Say that this declining 5 day moving average, or sorry, 5 day moving average can act as support. I am talking about $164. Say that Baba consolidates above $164. Maybe that opens for a test of $170, or why not? The 20-day moving average at $174. I think that this level $170 is an interesting level. Let me pull up here a major chart. Take a look at this, Dan. So $170 happens to be a previous level of support for Baba back from March of 2020. Go figure. And this is also a previous level of support for Baba back from 2017 and 2018. So a very important level. Say that Baba holds this 5 DMA as support and the bulls can recapture 171. This is a bullish development that could be opening the door for higher prices. In the case of Baba, if this could be a potential bearish scenario, if the bulls are not able to sustain price above this declining 5 day moving average at $163, I wouldn't rule out a test of the green line that you guys can see here. This is a rising 50-day moving average at $150. Would you be a buyer of Baba? Yeah,
150.
making a test of this rising 50 DMA.
So I would look for it there, and if it successfully defended
There
that,
you go.
absolutely. But what I would do, what the level, sorry, it took me a second to get that going. The level I really
Okay,
was watching was,
let me go
hold
back.
on, it's actually
Okay,
pretty close. Um,
if you have it handy,
Here
sure.
we go. Share. No, no, now I got it. Window here. So it's around 145. It would be a 61.8% Fibonacci retracement of the recent move. This 150 day doesn't matter, but I'll change it to the 50 day because I think the 50 day is at 150. Is that what you said?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
149. Yeah.
150.
So
Correct. Yeah. So we're
yeah, and the other thing we're
we're on the same
close.
page here. Awesome. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, the other thing worth noting is that 145, which is that retracement, also matches with the previous level of resistance back in January and February and March.
Do you think that
So
do you
you want to see
think that
that.
the worst is in the rear view mirror for Baba, or do you see Baba going back down to 80, $70?
I feel like if they make progress on the AI chip or that part of their business, then the worst has absolutely been done. I think there is so much money that needs to be allocated toward the AI story that it doesn't matter what geography it's in.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to get the same valuation as Nvidia, Broadcom, Amazon when Amazon really starts doing it, or name your favorite company in the United States,
But the
but
valuation, yeah, the
or Europe
valuation is
even.
very compelling. If these stocks will eventually say, or could eventually, be, legit AI companies. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, that's
Right.
it. It's
Right.
interesting. Yeah, sure. Hey, do you have any thoughts on SoFi, which got annihilated today? Because I don't know,
Yeah, let me
we're
pull
gonna
up the
have
chart here.
another banking crisis supposedly coming up. So
I'm ready for the next
yeah,
banking
I was
crisis.
telling the guys today in Discord because I was getting a lot of questions about the banks and the financial sector. And guys, don't try to anticipate that kind of situations. If something breaks,
No, it's
if
impossible.
something breaks, the technical charts will let us know what to do. So don't speculate about the upcoming financial crisis and stuff like that. So just don't do it. It just doesn't make any sense. So so far went
Right
down
on.
today a lot, right? It went down.
Five
There you
percent
go.
today.
Are you a, are you a
I got
buyer
a
of the dip
one
down
year
here?
here. Not yet. Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it actually test that 50. To your point, let's say over the weekend that private lending facility goes out of business. The 50
Oh
day is
yeah,
not
hundred
working.
percent, 100%, 100%.
So there's no reason to be a hero here. MACD is still negative. Like MACD went negative a little while ago, still negative, still in bearish territory. OBV is fine, but RSI is now trending in the wrong direction. There's no reason to get in this right now,
Yeah. So
from my
yeah.
perspective.
So that's something important to also keep in mind. So today we had like two private banks that were having issues. If bad news start to pile on, we have a 10 correction coming, bro, in the markets as a whole. More
Yeah.
likely than not, something like that. So yeah, the markets will be keeping an eye on any private banking, lending facilities, related news. But we don't need to anticipate anything, and we just need to wait until the technical charts let us know what to do. If SoFi keeps going down, I mean, this is a cold stock, so the dip probably
I
gets
just
bought
want to
up.
make I just want to make the point that it opened above and then closed below the 21-day simple moving, the 5 and 13-day exponential. It was not a good close. It hasn't been the first time it's done it, but there's not a lot in the way. Like your next if it goes through the 50, there's a pretty nice pocket to,
Yeah,
23. Let me make
this
the 400
50-day
here. Let me
moving
see.
average has been acting as support since pretty much early June to the pen. It is rising, so yeah, this could be
Yeah.
so between the 50 DMA and $25, which is a previous level of resistance and support that comes from
Hmm.
many years ago. So this is like the last line of defense for the bulls in minor time frames. I mean, I can show you my technical chart if you want. Then I can show you what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
sure.
to make yeah, here, yeah, go ahead. Just the point. If you go through 26 and then you find support at
Hmm.
21 or 22 rather, that's a 15% decline.
Correct.
I know it's only
Correct.
$4. That's a 15% move
Yeah,
in the
for it.
stock. You don't want to be in
Correct.
front of
So
that.
take a look at the green line. This is the 20 day. Sorry, this is the 50-day moving average. Look. So yeah,
You're fine, yeah.
SoFi hasn't traded below that rising 50 DMA since early June. It acted as support. I don't know, like 1 week ago. Let me zoom in here. So look, support back on October 3rd. Support once again. Yeah, this was support once again, or acted as such once again. Yeah,
Yeah.
October
Hmm.
12th. Then this was October 14th, and today we almost saw another retest of that rising 50-day moving average. Take a look at the slope of that moving average. It is rising, so it is potentially pushing. Yeah,
It's in
it
good
is
shape.
potentially pushing
Hmm.
price up, and slightly below this rising 50-day moving average, we can see this red line, $25. So let me pull up here a major time frame. Take a look. $25 is a previous
Hmm.
level of resistance back from May of 2021 and also back from November of
Right.
2021. So this is a very noticeable, let's just put it that way, previous level of resistance that could be potentially acting now as support. So you don't want to see SoFi violating to the downside this 50-day moving average at $26 ish and $25. If that were to happen, so yeah, SoFi could be headed to way lower prices, but I mean maybe the dip, gets bought up above $25. If we don't get bad, further bad news about the I don't know private banks and stuff like that, and ideally you want to go long SoFi above the 20-day moving average. So with buyers showing strength. In this technical chart, the 20 DMA is signaling $28, so above $28. I would be very constructive from a technical standpoint on SoFi. So there goes your SoFi analysis. Hey, bro, say that we get a 10% correction because, I don't know, 1 or 2, 3 private lenders go kaputs. What dips would you be interested in the financial sector? Because the financial sector would get annihilated, bro. I have one dip. I have one dip.
Whoa.
Right away.
Go ahead.
JPMorgan. Who else?
Yeah,
that's an easy one.
No, that's it. Why? Listen, dude. There's a couple rules in investing, and one is that there are no points for style. JPMorgan is
best of breed.
What's the word? Fortress. Yeah, but fortress balance sheet. They're not going out of business. A private lender going. That's it. It doesn't matter to them. The other two, or maybe just look at the big four. I mean, you got Citibank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JPM. You can maybe add in your favorite fifth, but why make your life more difficult?
Where would you be buying JPMorgan? Quickly, before we wrap it up.
Sure.
Let me know.
Sure.
I want to use your enterprise. 285. Let me see. They just reported, and the report was very, very solid, bro. Very solid. So yeah, solid, JP is of the.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, whatever. Close enough. 280. Close enough.
Wow. If you give me that 200-day moving average at $270, I am going all in. All in. I mean, whenever. If something goes wrong, and we know how this ends, and we just talked about that. The Fed is going to step in. The Fed is going to open a lending facility, and everything is going to be fine, just fine. So unless this, doesn't turn out to be a big financial crisis, which I don't think is going to be the case, I am a buyer of JPMorgan at that 200 EMA, which in the case of your short is that red line right there, right?
The red line is
150 correct.
Day at 276. Okay. But I mean, the 200-day works just as well. But what's more important is this. Right. What's more important is this green line I have here, which is 280. I thought it was 285. It's 280. That was the prior high in February, right before the tariff tantrum really kicked everyone's ass. So you get a revisit of that. We get confirmation that this level is going to become support. You gotta buy some JPMorgan. It's a stock you buy and you hold. You don't need to trade that.
You didn't. You sounded like Kramer. You sounded like Kramer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't trade JPMorgan. Just own JPMorgan.
You don't need to.
I've traded.
You can do it very well.
Yeah, it's a valuable stock. It's good. It's a good stock to trade. Hey, bro. So, tell the guys you have a new YouTube channel, and you already started to post some videos. So the link is in the description box of this video, aside from the link of your blog. And that's it. So what else can we say?
Yeah, what I'm going to try to do is put a couple highlights from this up there to go along. This comes out Thursday generally. Then you'll see that on Friday. If you're interested in crypto, had a great conversation with a friend from our community, Bastion, knows a lot about the stuff and has a very unique perspective, especially if you are not from the United States. It really illustrates the full value proposition of cryptocurrency. And after talking, believe it or not, my dad, who just turned 59, happy birthday, Dad. He listened to it and he's like, I get it now. Like he didn't really understand the use cases, didn't see how you could ever transact with it. But after watching the whole thing, had a much better understanding. And that was kind of the goal. So we're hoping to do that. That is called Conversations from the Canopy, episode 1.
No, that for us, crypto is an investment outside the US, and especially in third world countries. It's a completely different thing. So it's something that you actually use for a lot of things. But that's a topic that we can talk about in an upcoming podcast, I guess. So
hopefully us three can get something together, we will. Whether it be live or whatever.
100%.
Yeah. All right. Any other stocks you want to take a look at, Alvaro?
I think we are good to go, bro. 50 minutes. Yeah, short,
50 minutes
short and
the
sweet.
Money.
There you go.
Right. Thank you all for tuning in. Those links are in the description. Take advantage of them. Alvaro, thank
100%.
You so much.
And see you guys in Discord. Take care. Bye bye.
In Discord, yes, sir. Bye bye.